Welcome to Poetry Podcast. I'm Patricia Dragan, and this is a show about active citizenship from around the world. Our show is powered by the iLabs project and supported by the European Commission. This is our third episode, and today we are traveling to Turkey to meet our amazing colleague Sinem, who's going to share with us the whole iLabs experience and how the project was implemented in Fethyie. Sinem is part of the Dynamic organization, one of the field partners in the project. For those of you who are new to the show, the Poetry Podcast is a show about active citizenship and, well, poetry, and how young people from across Europe design inspirational community projects. Let's get started. Hi Sinem, welcome on our show. Thank you so much for taking the time to share with us your experience as a dynamizer in the iLabs project. Could you tell us a bit about who you are and how did you decide to be part of this project?
Hello to everyone who is listening. This is Sinem from Turkey. I represent Dynamic Development Association, and I started working in this NGO in 2018 as a volunteer at first. And now I'm kind of a junior trainer and one of the dynamizers of iLabs project. And I was already familiar with European Union projects like youth exchanges, training courses. So when our NGO's founder, Zach, told me about this project, about sustainable development goals, I was really excited to become a part of it because I would be a part of a project that aims social inclusion and local impact. So I think this is really important. And that's how I became a part of it. And I'm so glad that it happened so.
As we mentioned earlier, Dynamic Organization is one of the field partners in the iLabs project. What is the organization active in? What are some of the programs implemented? Tell us a bit about that.
Dynamic Development is an NGO holding lots of trainings and youth exchanges at Kaizengate Training Center in Fethyie. We not only focus on local projects, but also go for international ones with the partners we have from different countries around the world. And we develop projects on Erasmus+, Key Action 2, Strategic Partnership. And also we aim to decrease unemployment by providing soft skills and personal development trainings for individuals from less advantaged backgrounds, young people and youth workers. In the past, we worked on projects for youth workers on developing innovative education tools with Youth Ambassadors Network. And lastly, we are currently working on our accreditation for receiving volunteers for European Solidarity Corps. So stay tuned!
In our previous episodes, we heard about the training process in Córdoba and Trento. Could you share with our listeners what was the experience of organizing the iLabs training program in Fethyie? Who were the young people that participated? What were their project ideas?
Well, Fethyie is a small province of Muğla and it's quite touristic, I can say. However, when it comes to social events, it's challenging to include people because of the conventional habits. So we reached a group of young people from a university, which meant gathering people from different backgrounds since they were originally from different cities in Turkey. And most of them were paramedic trainees. And we also reached some of them through our public events we held during our youth exchanges, training courses. And some invited their friends. That's how we basically formed a group in the beginning. As the trainings went on, participants learned a lot from both toolkit and each other. And they themselves chose the SDGs they wanted to work on. And we created groups of 2 or 3 people. So most of them couldn't carry out their projects because of the lack of support from the local stakeholders. And I think this is a very serious thing to mention. And in the end, we had projects that started last year around March, if I'm not so mistaken. And one of them is called Give Us a Hand. It focuses on SDGs, no poverty and zero hunger. And our participants worked with Fethyie Minister of Education to receive the requirements list for people in need. and especially the students from university campus took a great role in helping them. So Ayşe and Gökhan, who run this project, delivered this help to people in need. And I think it was a really great project. And the other one is Plogging in Fethyie. So Alena and Zeynep organized an event for the coastal cleaning of Fethyie, and more than 20 people gathered to collect garbage on Çalış Beach. So it was a great impact on the environment, which brought awareness on climate action, life on land, and below water. Also, unfortunately, coronavirus affected the whole world negatively. So some projects remain just as an idea. However, I believe they will be developed in the future. Fingers crossed.
Looking back on the last year of the project, what would be your biggest takeaway?
Of course, I can say that we have lots of outcomes. And it was amazing to see the progress the participants were making, even though we have a bunch of unfinished projects and coronavirus effects. Seeing how they have developed their soft skills with time and how they tried their best to keep their motivation high was worth experiencing. Now they are more conscious individuals who are willing to work to raise awareness on their local environments on SDGs. And eventually, guiding these people in this path was a great honor for us too.
Great. Thank you so much. Before you go, could you tell our listeners where they could find out more information about your organization?
We have a website. They can reach us through dd.org.tr, or we also have social media accounts on Instagram or on Facebook as Dinamik Gelişim Derneği. They can send us a mail or a message, and we'll be very pleased to help them with whatever they want to learn. So thank you so much for listening.
If you're interested to get in touch with Sinem and her NGO, make sure to check out the description box below, where you will find all the contact info. Before we move on to our second part of the episode, where we will chat again with Adriano, Gloria and Alberto from Trento Poetry Slam, I would like to take a quick break and to thank the European Commission for supporting our project, as well as all our partners from Spain, Italy, Turkey, Croatia and Belgium, who made the iLabs project happen. We developed many beautiful toolkits on how to implement the training program in your own community and how to create your own project and make a change in your city. Go to the ilabs.eu website and check out all the materials we have prepared for you. Hi Adriano, thank you for joining us. So what have you prepared for us today?
Thank you, Patricia, and thank you for this invitation, and hello to everybody. I am going to read two poems. The first is based on the project Plogging in Fethyie from Turkey, and the second is video montage course. I was really impressed by the two projects and the two stories, and I wanted to, when I wrote the poem about plogging, I wanted to underline this movement, the fact that the running activity was quite important, and I wanted to write something that could specify the relation between running and changing. While for the second project, the video montage course, I played with the sound of the words cut, paste and copy, which is the basic activity in video montage. And I wanted also to write something about the importance of art in telling something about the story of humankind.
Great, the mic is all yours.
Taglia, copia, incolla, copia, taglia, incolla, taglia, copia, incolla. Ti porto a vedere un altro tramonto di questa civiltà occidentale. Taglia, copia, incolla, copia, copia, taglia, incolla, taglia, copia, incolla. L'opera è nel deperimento, è un elemento dell'opera. Ci siamo troppo tempo chiesti il valore di un'opera. Non è nella fine, ma nel fine. Taglia, copia, incolla, copia, copia, taglia, incolla, taglia, copia, incolla. Ti porto a vedere un altro tramonto di questa civiltà occidentale. Prova a camminare, prova a cambiare, incontra qualcuno che possa poi dire ho visto qualcosa cambiare. Prova a camminare, prova a cambiare, prova a spostare il tuo limite, incontra qualcuno che ti imiti, incontra qualcuno che possa poi dire ho visto qualcuno cambiare. Prova a correre, prova a camminare, prova ad arrivare a una fine che sia l'inizio di qualcosa di nuovo.
Thank you, Adriano, for the two beautiful poems. If any of our listeners would like to know more about the projects, which were designed by Elena and Zainab, as well as Sami, head to the ilabs.eu webpage and check out the How to Survive a Pandemic guidebook. Next, we are going to chat with Gloria. Hi, Gloria, welcome back. What are you going to share with us today?
Hi everybody, thank you for having me. So, I'm gonna share with you a dear poem. The title is Germano, and I really hope you will enjoy it.
Before you go ahead and share with us the poem, I wanted to tell our listeners that the Bir Eldensen uzat, I'm saying it all wrong for sure, was created by Gökhan and Ayşe, to which we dearly thank for their work. Let's listen to Gloria's interpretation of their project.
Quello che di casa mia mi dimentico sempre un po' è il cielo trafitto di stelle che si vede rientrando la notte. La volta è luminosa, si lascia guardare come nuda. Il velo opaco che la copre cade, svanito, ed è un amore non consumato, come chi si guarda la pelle nei più nascosti senza accennare al rischio di toccarsi. Quello che di casa mia mi stupisce è un incanto inedito ogni notte. L'abusato canto del grillo, i guaiti snervati dei cani, che mi scalda in silenzio le mani ed accoglie la tregua tra ieri e domani. Quello che di casa mia mi dimentico sempre un po' è il modo in cui mi distraggo e soprassiedo al disappunto, ai rimorsi, ai pentimenti, al mal di denti, alla genesi degli intenti. Quello che mi dimentico sempre un po' di casa mia è che abbia un luogo da chiamare casa mia. Ci penso mentre incontro Germano sulla via, che strepita contro i piccioni che gli fanno compagnia e dice andate via da casa mia, andate via da casa mia, andate via voi. Tra le labbra l'Eucaristia, salvo poi sputare su Lucia raccolta in elemosina sui gradini della sua casupola. Andate via da casa mia, voci dalla politica con l'eccosissia, che sento parlare per ore e dire di aiutare gli altri, sì, ma nelle proprie case, da dove non sapete che Germano è sulla panchina. Quando sente le campane impreca. Aspetta il fare della sera seduto con un lamento che più grida più rimane muto. La piazza è tutta sua, piena della sua tosse, delle sue percosse, dei suoi sputi, rifiuti, della fetida pietà degli sconosciuti. Germano non lo sente nessuno. Neanche al 6° giorno di digiuno, e quando si siede vede la chiesa per Germano è sempre chiusa, anche quando è piena della folta schiera di credenti che gli passa davanti con le mani giunte piene di diamanti. Germano a malapena digrigna i denti, o quelli che gli sono rimasti. C'è un patto non scritto tra lui e i passanti, griderà più forte a chi non lo sente. Germano non mente e mantiene il patto. È più breve l'impatto con l'asfalto. Germano ogni tanto succede che lo ascolto e ogni volta che parla non lo capisco. Germano forse ha un dialetto che non ci hanno detto, che non ci hanno mai insegnato. Forse esiste un lessico dell'emarginato. Arriverà. Infine qualcuno di notte mosso a pietà chiamerà la volante che chiamerà l'ambulanza che accoglierà la puzza di birra in latta, lascerà addensarsi l'olezzo in un angolo del pronto soccorso. Dopo 2 giorni sarà riapparso. Avrà aperto la porta del suo unico tetto e si sarà riposto al banco del suo solo pasto. Quando sparirà, qualcuno penserà che è meglio senza. Sentiremo un urlo ancora, sarà una voce. Si muore nel corpo d'altri o nella sua assenza che chiede quante parole esistano per dire indifferenza.
Thank you, Gloria. That was beautiful. Moving on to our last guest, Alberto, who will share with us yet another beautiful poem. Hi, Alberto. Welcome back.
Hi everyone. Thank you for inviting me here today.
So, what have you prepared for us today?
Okay, this poem is entitled Kalbinle Gulumse, and I hope you enjoy it.
Great. Let's hear it.
Kalbinle Gulumse. E quindi le visioni. Fondo indaco, carattere dorato e ricercato in uno spazio piccolo piccolo. Ghirigori da sangue blu, comunque blu di mare e pure d'oltremare, che m'ha sempre lasciato un po' perplesso. Blu come degli occhi. Mai avuta un uniforme di lavoro blu. Meglio verde. Verde e celeste uno chef non si veste. Verde di 20 magliette. Verde di prato, verde dello stare al verde, verde bottiglia, verde speranza degli anni verdi, verde di spezie che giallo non sono, ma giallo è paglierino e curry, giallo limone e arancio, giallo camomilla, zucca e zafferano e melanzana, che però quella è viola di lutto, di rapa pelata, di prete a Pasqua. Meglio viola che bianca, eterea e trasparente come l'acqua che riempie un bicchiere, di quelli piccoli e graffiati d'osteria, che lo puoi pure riempire di cuoio, di humus e di odori di sottobosco, rubino e marrone. Tutto sta a capire se è mezzo pieno o mezzo vuoto. E mentre versi, t'assale una certezza: rosso. È indiscutibilmente rossa. La mia uniforme, cucitemela mentre cucino.
Thank you, Alberto, for sharing with us your interpretation of the project created by Bushra, and thank you for being part of our podcast. Okay, it's time for our recap. In today's episode, we started off by chatting with Sinem, who shared with us how she ended up joining the project in Turkey and how everything was implemented in Fethyie. On our second part of the show, we talked to Adriano from Trento Poetry Slam, who shared with us his interpretation of the project's Plogging in Fethyie and video montage. Next, we heard back from Gloria and Alberto, who shared with us the poems about Give Us a Hand and Smile with Your Heart. In our show notes, you can find the transcription of the episode, including the poems translated in English in case you're working on your Italian, and you can also find the entire episode translated to Turkish. On our next episode, which will also be our last episode, we will chat with Damir from Croatia, who's going to tell us all about how the project was implemented in Zagreb. We have many new stories and poems for you, so if you're looking for an inspiration on how to be an active citizen in your community, make sure to listen to all our episodes and to go on the ilabs.eu project website. I'm your host, Patricia Dragan, and I'll see you all next time with another episode of the Poetry Podcast Show, sponsored by the European Commission, to which we officially thank for making all of this possible. Back to you next time!